Growing older is something many of us think about with mixed feelings. On one hand, it's a blessing to have more years, more memories, and more wisdom. On the other, it can come with fears of losing independence, of being placed in a nursing home, of not having control over your own life. For many people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s, the thought of moving into a nursing home feels like a heavy decision, almost as if someone else is writing the final chapter of their story before they are ready. That fear is real, and you are not alone if you've ever felt it. In this video, we're going to talk about 7 real alternatives to nursing homes. These aren't just ideas on paper. They're choices that older adults, just like you, are making every single day to live with dignity, comfort, and connection. And before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching from today? Drop your city or state in the comments below. It's always wonderful to see how far our community reaches. Point 1. Staying in your own home with in-home care. One of the most powerful choices you can make as you get older is to remain in the place you already love, your own home. For many seniors, the walls of their home are filled with memories, comfort, and a sense of control that no facility can replace. In-home care is becoming one of the most popular alternatives to nursing homes, because it allows you to keep your independence while also getting the right amount of support when you need it. The beauty of in-home care is that it's flexible. You don't have to move somewhere new or give up the life you've built. Instead, you bring the support to you. For some, that might mean a helper who visits a few times a week to take care of light chores, prepare meals, or pick up groceries. For others, it could be a caregiver who comes daily to help with personal needs like bathing, dressing, or managing medications. The level of care can change as your needs change. That means you're never forced into a one-size-fits-all solution. You stay in charge of how much or how little support you receive. There's also a powerful emotional benefit to aging at home. Studies show that seniors who remain in familiar surroundings often have better mental health and fewer episodes of depression. Think about it, waking up in your own bed, sitting in your favorite chair, watching birds from your own window. These small daily routines provide a sense of comfort and stability that can't be duplicated in a nursing facility. They remind you that your life is still yours to live, in the place that holds your history and identity. Take, for example, someone like Eleanor, age 78. Her knees aren't as strong as they used to be. And sometimes she forgets her medications. Instead of moving into a nursing home, she has a caregiver who visits 5 days a week. With just a little help, Eleanor is thriving. She still enjoys her morning crossword puzzle, waters her plants, and even meets a neighbor for coffee every Sunday. She didn't need to give up her home, she just needed support to keep living well inside it. Point 2. Living with family in a supportive arrangement. Another meaningful choice many older adults are turning to is living with family, but in a way that protects independence and respects everyone's needs. Years ago, it was common for parents to move in with their children as they aged. But today, this idea has evolved into something much more thoughtful. It's not about becoming a burden or losing your privacy. It's about creating a supportive arrangement where everyone benefits. When done right, living with family brings daily comfort, care, and connection. You're not just being taken care of. You're part of the household, sharing your wisdom, your stories, and your presence. This keeps you involved in family life in ways that feel natural and fulfilling. 4. Some, it may mean helping with grandchildren, passing down family traditions, or simply offering the steady voice of experience. those contributions are priceless. They remind you that your role is still important, that you're needed and valued. But here's the key: the best arrangements happen when there are clear boundaries and mutual respect. You're not moving in to give up control, and your children aren't taking you in to lose theirs. Both sides should talk openly about expectations. Having your own private space, a basement apartment, a renovated garage loft, or even just a separate suite, can make all the difference. Privacy allows you to keep your routines while still enjoying family time when you choose. Take Harold, for example. At 81, after losing his wife, he moved into a renovated apartment above his daughter's garage. He has his own entrance, kitchenette, and schedule. Yet, he joins the family for dinner, attends his grandson's baseball games, and shares life in a meaningful way. He's not isolated, but he's not dependent either. He enjoys the comfort of family while still living his own life. From a practical standpoint, living with family can also ease financial pressure. Shared expenses lower the burden for everyone, and in some cases, government programs even offer financial support or tax benefits for families who provide care. But beyond money, the greatest value is peace of mind, knowing that if something unexpected happens, someone you love is nearby. Point 3. Aging in place with smart home modifications. For many older adults, the idea of leaving home feels unnecessary, especially when a home can be adapted to meet changing needs. This is where aging in place with smart modifications comes in. Instead of moving into a nursing facility, you can adjust your living space so it supports your independence and keeps you safe. This option is becoming more and more common because it allows seniors to stay in familiar surroundings without compromising on safety or comfort. The changes don't have to be overwhelming or expensive. Simple adjustments can make a huge difference. Installing grab bars in the bathroom, using non-slip flooring, adding brighter lighting in hallways, or placing motion sensor night lights around the house can reduce the risk of falls. For homes with stairs, stair lifts or ramps can help keep every part of the house accessible. These modifications don't signal weakness, they signal preparation. They say, I want to live safely and confidently in my own home. Technology plays an important role too. Devices like voice-activated assistants can make it easier to call for help, set reminders, or even turn lights on and off without moving around in the dark. Medical alert systems, video doorbells, and automated pill dispensers give peace of mind. Not only to seniors but also to their families. These tools aren't luxuries anymore, they're practical solutions designed to protect dignity and independence. Take Linda, age 79, as an example. After experiencing a fall, she decided to remodel her bathroom and add a stair lift in her home. At first, she felt embarrassed, thinking it meant she was giving in to age. But the opposite happened. Within weeks, she felt more freedom than she had in years. She no longer feared showering alone or walking upstairs. Instead of limiting her, the changes empowered her. She could live on her own terms again, without constantly second-guessing her every move. There's also an emotional benefit to staying in a familiar environment. Being surrounded by your own belongings, photos, and routines helps you stay grounded. It supports mental clarity and reduces feelings of loneliness or depression that often arise in unfamiliar facilities. Family members, too, find comfort in knowing their loved one is safe while still being able to live at home. Point 4. Multi-generational living with clear boundaries. Another option that's gaining attention is multi-generational living, where parents, children, and Even grandchildren live under one roof. For many families, this feels natural and brings back memories of how households used to function decades ago. But today, this choice comes with a modern twist, clear boundaries and thoughtful planning. Without those, living together can quickly turn stressful. With them, it can be a rich and rewarding experience for everyone involved. The biggest strength of multi-generational living is companionship. Loneliness is one of the quiet struggles of aging, and being surrounded by family every day provides warmth, laughter, and purpose. But seniors in this setting aren't just helpers or guests. They are co-living partners who contribute to the rhythm of family life. That might mean sharing family stories, being a steady presence for younger generations, or simply enjoying meals together. These daily moments of connection can make life feel fuller and less isolating. The challenge comes when expectations aren't clear. If older adults move in and are expected to be constant babysitters or household workers, resentment can build. Likewise, if younger family members feel their privacy is gone, tension follows. That's why open conversations are essential. Before making this move, families need to talk about personal space, responsibilities, and routines. The goal is not to lose independence, but to create a shared life that respects everyone's needs. Take Patricia, age 83. After her husband passed away, she moved in with her daughter and son-in-law. Together, they designed a private suite for her that included her own sitting room and bathroom. She has her privacy, but she's also part of the family's daily life. She reads bedtime stories to her grandchildren, shares Sunday dinners, and is included in family decisions. Patricia doesn't feel like a guest, she feels like an honored part of the household. At the same time, her daughter and son-in-law maintain their own family routines without feeling overwhelmed. The emotional benefits are powerful. Older adults in multi-generational homes often experience less depression and greater purpose. Younger family members gain wisdom and perspective from their elders. But the key to success is balance. When boundaries are clear and respect flows both ways, this arrangement provides the closeness of family without the stress of lost independence. Point 5. Independent living communities with on-demand support. Many older adults believe they only have two choices, either stay at home alone or move into a nursing home. But the truth is, there's a middle ground: independent living communities. These communities are designed specifically for seniors who are still capable of managing most of their daily needs but want to live somewhere that provides support, connection, and safety when it's needed. What makes independent living communities different is the balance they offer. You live in your own space, whether that's an apartment, a cottage, or a small house, so you maintain independence. You choose how much support you want. Need meals? They're available, but optional. Want to participate in social events? Join when you like, or skip when you prefer quiet time. Assistance with errands, medical needs, or transportation can be requested when necessary. But nothing feels forced. This level of flexibility gives seniors freedom while ensuring they're never left isolated or unsafe. One of the biggest advantages is the sense of community. Loneliness can be one of the hardest parts of aging, slowly draining joy and even impacting physical health. Independent living communities address that by surrounding you with peers who are in the same stage of life. Instead of spending days alone, you have the option to share meals, join interest clubs, walk with neighbors, or simply chat in common spaces. These connections bring back laughter, companionship, and purpose that can be hard to find when living completely alone. Take Richard, age 78, as an example. After his wife passed away, his home started to feel more like a prison than a comfort. His children lived hours away, and the silence in the house weighed heavily on him. But after moving into an independent living community, everything changed. He discovered a woodworking studio where he spends hours crafting, walking trails where he enjoys nature with friends, and a film club that meets weekly. He says life feels exciting again, with something to look forward to each day. These communities also vary widely in focus. Some emphasize fitness and wellness, while others highlight arts, education, or outdoor living. This means you can choose a place that matches not just your age, but your personality and interests. Point 6. Intergenerational living communities. There's a quiet but powerful shift happening in how older adults are choosing to live. Instead of moving into age-restricted places filled only with seniors, more and more people are exploring intergenerational living communities, neighborhoods where young people, families, and seniors share life side by side. These aren't sterile buildings with endless rules. They are vibrant, active spaces designed for connection, purpose, and real relationships. The idea is simple: seniors thrive when they are surrounded by all kinds of people, not just peers their own age. Imagine living in a neighborhood where a teacher lives next door, a single mom lives across the street, and a group of college students rent apartments down the block. Each day brings opportunities for conversation, small acts of kindness, and genuine companionship. Younger neighbors might help carry groceries, shovel a sidewalk, or fix a piece of technology, while older adults share wisdom, stories, and guidance that enrich younger lives. It's not about dependence, it's about mutual benefit. Take Margaret, age 76, for example. She moved into an intergenerational community in Oregon, where high school students lived nearby in dorm-style housing. Every Thursday evening, she led a poetry circle for the students. In return, they helped her with small tasks around the house and introduced her to new music she never would have discovered on her own. Margaret says she hasn't felt this alive in years. The laughter, the learning, and the sense of being truly valued gave her days more meaning than she ever expected at her age. These communities often include features that naturally encourage interaction: shared gardens, walking paths, libraries, and community centers where activities are open to everyone. Instead of long, silent hallways, there are porches filled with conversations, kids playing outside, and neighbors of all ages looking out for one another. It feels less like a facility and more like a living, breathing neighborhood. The health benefits are remarkable. Research shows that seniors in intergenerational settings have lower rates of loneliness and slower cognitive decline. Being surrounded by young people keeps the mind sharp and the spirit engaged, while younger residents develop empathy, patience, and respect for those older than them. Point 7. Final thoughts: living on your terms. Growing older doesn't mean you have to give up your independence, dignity, or the life you've worked so hard to build. Too often, people believe that aging automatically leads to a nursing home, but that's simply not true anymore. The options we've talked about, whether it's in-home care, living with family, making smart home modifications, joining multi-generational households, moving into independent living communities, or exploring intergenerational neighborhoods, show that there are many ways to age well while staying true to yourself. The real message here is that you have choices. You don't have to follow a path that doesn't feel right for you. Instead, you can choose a way of living that reflects your personality, your needs, and your values. Maybe for you, it's about staying in the comfort of your own home with a little extra help. Maybe it's about being surrounded by family, sharing stories and laughter. Or maybe it's about finding a community where you can continue learning, growing, and connecting with people of all ages. Whatever it is, the decision should make you feel in control, not like you've lost control. It's important to remember that small steps today can shape how you live tomorrow. Taking the time to plan ahead, have open conversations with family, and explore your options can make the future feel less frightening and more hopeful. Living beyond 70 or 80 is a gift, but it's not just about the number of years. It's about the quality of those years, the moments of joy, the feeling of purpose, and the comfort of knowing you're exactly where you want to be. So ask yourself, which of these options spoke to you the most? Was it the comfort of home, the closeness of family, the safety of a modified house, or the excitement of a new kind of community? Take a moment to reflect on what truly makes you feel at ease. That answer can be the key to shaping your next chapter. You've earned the right to live life on your terms, with wisdom, strength, and dignity. Don't settle for less. Thank you for spending time with us today. We'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments what stood out to you the most, and how you might use this information in your own life. Your thoughts inspire us to keep bringing you content that matters. If this video was helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Together, we can keep proving that aging isn't about giving up, it's about choosing what matters most.